What's up, YouTubers? We got Jan here, and he's going to be reviewing episodes 1 and 2 of Death Parade.
Yes, this series is a 12-episode psychological thriller / mystery / drama that revolves around the main character, Deckham, I believe,
Yes.
who is a bartender in Limbo, and then the other main female character would be Nona?
Yeah.
Nona, who has no memories and is now just experiencing everything that's happening in front of her. To further explain what Limbo is, when people die, they go to this place where it kind of, you're just there, and ultimately you either work to go to a certain place or you fail and you go to another place. But in this anime, you either go to reincarnation or the void. And reincarnation is self-explanatory. You pretty much transfer your soul to a new body in the real world. And then the void, you're just trapped in a pit of darkness.
And apparently Jan thinks it's perfectly fine.
I never said it was perfectly fine. Okay.
You said I don't know what's worse, being reincarnated or disappearing in a deep black empty space.
What I meant to say is that usually with these types of situations, reincarnation, in some religions, that's technically a bad thing because, you could be reincarnated into a slug. But in this one, you just get reincarnated into a new body. With the void, you're trapped in a pit of darkness, and that's about it. It's not like you're suffering or anything. You're just trapped there. So I just don't know, which one edges what out in terms of what's better or what's... I mean, I don't know. It does sound stupid. I don't care. What do you think? I don't know.
I personally like being reincarnated. Given you can be reincarnated to a bad person, or a good person, or just really crappy person.
But you're not trapped.
You're not trapped in eternal darkness. I mean, what if they make you just stand? Like you said, you don't know what happens, but
yeah,
you're still trapped in eternal darkness, doing nothing. I mean, can you stand that for eternity?
I can't sit still for a minute. So to describe the first 2 episodes, because I completely ignored that in that very thorough discussion about life, you just have these 2 people, newlyweds, they die, and now they're stuck in limbo, and they had to play a game, which involves pain, that determines where they go. The husband went to reincarnation, and the wife went to the void. And episode 2 is basically explaining it from the perspective of the 2 main characters that we mentioned earlier, Nona and Deckham. We also get introduced to the job title of Arbiter, what Deckham is.
And when you guys not sure what an Arbiter is, the definition for an Arbiter is like someone who passes judgment.
And they purposely set up these games in an ambiguous yet very stressful fashion so that it'll bring out the true nature of humanity. And obviously if you watch the first episode, these newlyweds that seemingly were in love with each other, through doubt and pain, they started to question each other's motives. The man went to reincarnation and the woman went to the void. Do you agree with the judgment that was placed on the woman and the man?
Is this solely from episode 1 or episode?
Both episodes, since we're doing both.
So I didn't think that he should have been reincarnated because he was just crazy.
Yeah.
And pretty much it's his fault because that one moment from the past made him caused them to have so much doubt.
Right.
And ultimately caused the accident. Whereas she realized her mistake and she's trying to take the blame for it and make sure her husband is somewhat okay.
Like you said, she lied, but in episode 2 they explained why she did that she was trying to make him hate her to lessen the impact of the thought that he technically killed not only her, but their child, basically.
Yeah.
So, because of that, she was still placed in the void.
I guess, because, go for the story, because we see Deckham, and he's, really, kind of cold and, robotic. So he can't really tell that she was acting, but I guess because we were watching it, we kind of, we had a hunch, Nina did. And so I'm guessing that's why she was brought in, because she has more intuition than Deckham, so to
definitely
help him sort out more situations like this.
But does it mean anything when you do it after the judgment's been placed? Because she's already in the void, like, oh, I'm in the darkness.
Well, it means that you're not doing your job.
Oh, well, yeah, I know, but that sucks for them. Also, what that one character, I forgot what her name is, but she basically said that everyone makes mistakes. So if you make a mistake in passing judgment on people, you know, obviously I don't think it is reversible, but even if that's the case, like, is there like a certain quota they have to meet in terms of like, oh, these many people have to go to the void, these many people need to go to reincarnation, or does it not matter and then at this point you're just fucking up on your job?
I think it did matter, because otherwise that one lady, she wouldn't have gotten so mad.
Right.
Like, it looked like she was gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And like, he had fear in his eyes.
Whatever that eye is, I don't know, it's freaking Gios from Code Geass, I don't know, that's just me.
Hey man, he's just cross-eyed.
Funny. So the question I'm gonna ask you, Scott, do you think there's more to this? Is there a bigger picture kind of thing, or are you just gonna be given case after case kind of thing?
I feel like it's gonna mostly revolve around Luna. I feel like they brought her on because she thinks differently.
Right.
She has hunches, you know, that's like, it's like a human thing. I don't know if they are human, but it's like a, you know, human-like quality. And I'm pretty sure, well, this is what I'm guessing, is that she was a human, and she had either, you know, supernatural abilities, or maybe she was part of the death parade herself, and she made a choice that was like completely different. So what I'm assuming is they want new eyes, because the white lady kept saying, oh, you're gonna get used to this job real quick. It's the fact that they got used to it that their judgment is becoming a little hazy. And so they brought Luna, you know, to help them judge better. Because it feels like there's no really, you know, ulterior motive. Right. It's like, there's like no real antagonist that we've seen yet. It's only episode 2.
No.
They haven't hinted at, you know, anything. We do see like the elevator guy.
Yeah, the elevator guy. There was the elevator guy. There was those group of people in the train.
Yeah, there's that. And also the opening, Jan wanted to mention.
Oh, yeah, okay. First of all, I feel like the opening doesn't match what the series is about, or at least from what I'm seeing so far, because the opening, like Scott said, it felt like something for One Piece. Because it was like peppy, and like, you know, even the characters themselves were like doing goofy poses, and then when you get to the actual episode, it's like super brooding and like serious. So I'm like, I mean, unless that's like what's to come for future episodes, you know, we're gonna see the more humane side of these people that seemingly seem to have lost that intuition that, you know, Nona brings to the table. So there's that. But I don't know, it just felt weird. I was like, okay. So that pretty much wraps up our thoughts on the first 2 episodes. We thought it was interesting, and we're definitely going to be doing this on a bi-weekly schedule. I don't want to make a promise I can't keep, so I don't think I could be able to do this every week. Not to mention, you know, obviously Scott has work and Chris is currently dealing with his situation. I think a bi-weekly schedule is more befitting. Not to mention we'll have other time to do stuff such as MediaShinobi Gamers, where Scott is going to continue off where Chris attempted at Alien Isolation, which I thought was, yeah. But there's that. We're also going to do anime reviews, series reviews of all the animes that came out last quarter that's still technically going. Obviously, we're keeping up with Log Horizon, and we just finally caught up with Parasite, so we're going to do those 2. In terms of animes this quarter, you might do something with Durarara, I believe, right?
Yes, I did manage to watch the new episode that came out. And I will do a season 1 review. That way you guys can see how I felt about it. And I don't want to promise a weekly episode, but I will try to do that for you guys. So definitely check those out.
So other than that, that pretty much wraps up this review. We'll see you in the next 2 weeks. Promise, I will keep it. Because I am back in school, so it's going to be a little difficult, but I will try to readjust. And then other than that, this is MediaShinobi signing out, and we'll see you in the next video.